Hi guys, long time since I posted a video, but here's a video for changing the dash lights on a BMW Z3. Mine's a 1.9, 1998 I think, so it's an older type, but it will work on any of the older types. So first thing to do is get your Torx bits and pop out these little Torx bits in here and over here. There's only two, so that's easy enough. Once that's done, you grab some kind of sucker or anything similar to that you can then use to put onto the instrument cluster and pull it out with. Once it's out a little way, you can and then sort of grab hold of these tabs on either side and pull it free. And what I'm going to show you is that first of all, you need to kind of tip it forward so that it comes into this gap in the steering wheel. So you need to have the steering wheel in the kind of upright driving position with the wheel straight, because it makes this job a lot easier. So after wiggling the instrument cluster out a bit further, you'll see that it's out enough here to tip forward, and I can't really do it with just one hand, but you tip it so that it comes towards the steering wheel and comes down, because this position is just so much easier for getting the connections off at the back. So here are the connections. There's the black one is right on the left hand, then you have a blue one, and on the other side that's the white one on the right. So I've taken the connectors off but haven't removed the instrument cluster just yet, because I wanted to show you that these are the things that you need to pull up. So there's a little sort of tab here, a button that you push down. I'm not sure if I can do it with one hand. It does make it easier with two hands, but you push that down and then pull this forward and it will lift up the connector for you. And you do that on all three before then trying to wriggle it out. And you can wriggle it out by putting it back in, and then I'll show you how. So I've wriggled the instrument cluster back in, and then you want to get the tabs above the steering wheel this time to be able to get it out. And you do that by shimmying it out the side of the steering wheel closest to the door, and it should just pop out, she says, like this. And then you can take the entire cluster out. So here's the back of the instrument cluster. All of these are push-fit bulbs, so you just twist them and then they will pop out. But the ones that I need to do are the bigger ones, the 1.2 volt with the green S on them. And for that you need a pair of long nose pliers, just because it's difficult to get your fingers in there. With these smaller ones you can use a flat blade screwdriver as well to go on the top. All these other ones you just have to use your fingers. I have replaced some of these bulbs already. Not all of these sockets need a bulb. It's depending on what your car is and what it's got attached to it. So, if it didn't have ABS, then you wouldn't put an ABS bulb in. It would be blacked out anyway. But this one does have an automatic transmission bulb. And when I just decided to replace all of them, put everything in, and actually that made a light on the dash come up, which didn't mean anything because it's not an automatic transmission car. So just don't put bulbs in where you don't have something that the car's got, because you don't want lights on your dash that don't need to be there. But yeah, just pop the bulb out to show you how to replace the bigger ones, because they are little push fit bulbs inside of the actual capsule. So here's the push fit bulbs. These actually pop out. You can pull them out to replace them, and then they go back in the new holder. The same holder. The other type of bulbs are actually one piece, I believe, so I don't think you can change the bulbs on those. So when you've got all your bulbs back in, don't worry about any gaps if you don't have that part of the equipment on the car. They should all sort of be on an angle, because you can see on the empty ones the actual metal part of the connector is at an angle, so that's how the bulb should look, apart from the green ones, which are just either diagonal or horizontal. So that's what it should all look like. So open the door and slide the instrument cluster back in the way it came out. So you'll have initially the tabs will be at the top here, so you need to push it back in and get them to come back underneath again so that we can put the connectors back in, because that's so much easier to do it that way than the way it's positioned now. So I've got the instrument cluster in this position again. I've lined up the blue connector so you can see you have to make sure that the lever is down like it is in this shot here, because otherwise it just won't go in. And sometimes, you know, because it's fiddly and you're trying to put things in, you can accidentally push it back up again. And then, yeah, you just have to remember to push it back down so that it can go in. I don't know if the instrument cluster is going to fall, but this needs to, once it's sort of lined up, then you push this back, make sure it's lined up properly, and then push that back into the lock position. That's that one in, and then same for the black, and don't forget the white over this side. So it's all back in now. Windscreen wipers are going. You do end up pushing down things like the indicators and the wiper when you're trying to squeeze things out, but yeah, this is basically done. I haven't put it right back in because I just think it's best to check everything first. I put a towel across so that I could see, because it's light outside, so but you can see with the towel that the lights are working. And just, you know, in case you don't know about it, there's the light button here is actually, you can adjust the lights as well, so you can go up and down. If yours doesn't, or if your alarm doesn't go off when you switch the engine off because the lights are on, that will mean that you need to replace this. I had to do that with mine. Basically the alarm didn't sound, and the lights on the dash were also very, very dim. And the actual spring sort of thing at the back of this switch was missing, so they do apparently fall out, which meant there was no adjustment on the lights. They were either off, or if you twiddled around a bit you can get them to come on, but not for very long. And the buzzer didn't sound, you know, when you turn the engine off, the buzzer comes on just to remind you that the lights are on, because they will drain the battery and you'll have a nightmare. But anyway, that's it, all done. Thank you for watching.